a Fender Jazz that I like to almost cream my pants over.
Ugh.
And I reached over and I switched my shit to passive. He goes, play me something, Dunaway. And I started playing. And the only problem I had is he had the nylon strings on it. And that's not my. I'm too aggressive of a player. Yeah. I'm too aggressive of a player for anybody. Other than that, I'm playing on it for a while and everything. And I'm like, you know, he's like, do you remember your blues? And I started walking blues scales and stuff. And I was like, you realize you might not get this back. This might be fixing to walk out the door with me.
Handing a musician an instrument that he plays is like going to a smoker's house and setting your lighter on the coffee table. There's a good chance you're not getting it back.
Right.
I
told him too. I was like, I like this one. And then there was oh my God, I'm gonna have to get my daughter to remind me, and you'll know. Hold on, I'm gonna text her. The girl that they brought in to play rhythm. Hold on. You'll
text
know this.
her and ask. And by the way, we're live. So
I
know.
I know.
They're waiting for your answer.
Okay, because my notification popped up on my phone, and I looked up and it said live, and I was like, really? He couldn't have told us we didn't get the 3, 2, 1 like we did last week, or did we? And I wasn't.
It showed up, but he was in mid story, so I'm not.
Oh yeah, I saw the 3, 2, 1. I knew when it went.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention because I was.
I got a question.
So they don't know the whole story. They'll tune into your channel to find out the story.
There you go.
What's the story?
What's the story? Okay, what's the story?
Okay.
I'm trying to give you a plug here, D.
Okay, here is the story. Is my channel, which you will find in the description on Kenny's.
Yeah, you guys, if you're watching my live right now, down in the description, make sure you subscribe to the Swoleman's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Hot Wheels channel. Okay?
And to yours, Back to School.
Don't subscribe to me. Please don't. Listen, I'm a problem child. If they're watching, they probably already subscribed. But don't unsubscribe either. I'm just saying, if you're new, don't expect me to do requests right away because I get distracted. Squirrel?
No, you don't. No, not Kenny. Say it ain't so, motherfucker.
I will say, and then I will say, and I won't promote anymore after that. I found some really good new artists. Hayden Kaufman.
Oh, cool.
Tainted Lyrics.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys know who these people are?
No, but I'm going to check them out if you said they're cool. If you said they're cool and you like them.
Quick line and sinker, didn't she?
But if you say they're cool, I want to check them out.
Kenny.
What?
It's a 73. My God. This is what the rhythm player for Carrollsville band.
73 Jazz.
Ventura.
Oh.
Hi, Martin.
Oh, dude! Wow.
That's pretty.
Man.
Ain't no 15-year-old need that guitar, man. Come on,
dude. Listen.
No 15-year-old needs a car. But they need that guitar.
Listen, I'm gonna give a 15-year-old my 5-string before my 4-string, okay? Because the 5-string's like 8 years old, right? The 4-string's like when I graduated high school.
Yeah, but well, I can understand that. But if I had my ruthers, I'd make them start on the 4-string to understand the instrument better.
Oh, here's a crazy question for you, and we'll have to figure out how to get D in on this, right? So here you go. For us, it would be having a musical instrument that's made the year you're born, or having a car that's made the year you're born. So for you, having a car the year you're born,
careful where you go here.
No, having original vinyl. You know what music was out in 68? Those records are like rare as shit. Cars, that's an easy one. We could say cars and guitars. But what else you got from that you would want from the year you were born? Because to me, that's a hard one. I'm a guitar player. 68, there wasn't spectacular guitars made that year.
74 wasn't a particularly outstanding year.
Now, see, if you were 72, a 72 jazz bass would be out. It. Yep. So for me, it would have to be car. I'd go 68 Chevelle or 68 SS Camaro.
What about you, D?
Hey, Patches.
Thank you, Patches, by the way.
We know she wasn't talking to us.
Yeah, she was talking to me. Sorry, Kenny. 1970. I don't know.
Ooh.
What was better, a guitar or a car? I don't know.
If you could have one, what we're saying is if you could have a car from the year you're born,
what would it be?
Was there a cool car in 1970?
70. You're in that year. You're caught in that year. Like, okay, what was cool in 1970?
My birth.
Well, that was exceptional. That was the best there was that year. So what's second best besides your birth?
Good cover, Kenny. Good cover, Kenny.
Shannon's going for a 63 Vet. Damn. Patches a car, 57 Bel Air?
Yeah, she said 1957.
A Bel Air would be a good choice from that year.
Yeah, that's a fine car.
Martin says a guitar. Well, I'll tell you what. If you wanted a guitar instead of a car from that year, there was a guitar that I actually came across while I owned a music store that was worth more than any car from that year for sure. Because I came across a 1970 Martin that was made out of a wood that there was an embargo against, so it shouldn't have been made. And that guitar turned out to be worth over $60,000 back in 1995.
There were times because of those embargoes actually put a lot of guitar
companies
on notice.
It was an embargo against Brazilian rosewood.
Yep, they struggled for a while with that, and that wasn't that was everybody from Fender to because rosewood is such a common fretboard material.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore. Not anymore. And that's sad because it's really good. But so then, do you know what the number one song was when you were born?
Kenny, damn it!
I'm going to say I can look it up.
All right.
For those of you who are not in our Discord, I invite you over.
Please get over there.
You will learn that I'm the Google queen. Questions like this come up, and I'm on Google. And so
she's our man in the van.
Yeah, I am.
Christine is the man in the van.
Okay, what was the question? I forgot.
The number one song from when you were born.
Something Zeppelin, huh?
Oh God, I hope not.
No, dude. Oh shit, that was the day before mine. Don't give me that shit on mine, dude. I can't have that be on mine.
Oh God, really? Did you look up 1970?
No, but I looked up 68, and I almost got stuck with Simon and Garfunkel. Oh, damn, I did. Mrs. Robinson. God damn.
Yeah. Okay. Mine's Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
Oh shit.
I know.
Daniel, 74? Let me guess.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Disco Duck?
No. Fucking Barbra Streisand.
Oh, geez.
The way we were.
This is what.
Oh, wait. I think that you guys know me well enough to know that
Benny and the Jets was number 9.
I'm not your typical chick.
Party Doll by Buddy Knox.
Kenny, pay attention.
Damon Nice. Keep it going.
Do we need a shot?
I have one.
Yeah, and then I'll tell my story.
Do we need? Wait. Oh God.
Hey, a seasoned pro can take the shot and tell the story.
Damon.
I'm not Rommel.
Damon, I bet that thing sounds great. I have a 95 Martin D16.
Well, that was a different kind of shot.
It's actually right behind the green screen. Right
supposed to drink it, not breathe it.
I know. I took my shot. The shot gods were getting me because I took mine before
the shot
you guys
gods.
did.
Hold on, wait on me, Kenny.
Wait, Kenny.
You ass we pay.
Wait, I just spit it back.
That's what I did.
God damn it.
That's what she said.
Now I'm gonna spit her and I have to be a swallower next. Jesus Christ. Listen, we cover all the bases here. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, that was like, I don't care what is said the rest of the podcast. That was the best comment the whole podcast.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, okay, so I don't think I'm a typical chick. I don't really like romance movies, blah blah blah. But the way we were
The Barbra Streisand movie?
Yes, I love that movie. I mean, I bawl every time I watch it.
Wait a minute.
Because they were soulmates, and they just weren't marriage material. Does that make sense? You all are looking at me like I'm crazy. Okay, go ahead.
Hang on, I'm going to check something else. We might have another way to get cool here, because
I actually have not seen that, but I am.
You haven't?
I have a particular and severe dislike of Barbra Streisand, so I don't know.
I'm not a fan either. I am not a fan either. But Robert Redford plays her husband. I mean, they're the couple.
That sexy piece of man flesh.
Yeah, yeah. That's the reason I watched it, is because I used to have a thing for Robert Redford.
Hey, if that's what floated my boat, I could see Robert Redford being. I mean, I'm serious. I'm secure enough in my masculinity. He's a pretty dude. If I was a woman, I'd probably be throwing my panties at him too. That's not my particular thing, but I can appreciate. I mean, there's a certain gait that Redford has when he walks that I tried to emulate at certain points in my life. I mean,
he's got a nice ass.
I mean, I didn't look that close.
He does. Well, I did.
But he has a certain. It's a confidence, but not cocky. It's this laid back yet observant. I mean, he has this certain je ne sais quoi.
Well, he's a man's man. He's a man's man. I think.
I thought
Leo got fucked by a bear. What?
What? Oh my god!
Have you seen Revenant? When she said "man's man," it made me think of Revenant with Leo in the scene where he gets fucked by the bear. That is a gruesome movie for those y'all that hadn't seen it.
What's the name of the
movie?
That
shit, Revenant, and it's a period film back like in the Civil War days. And this guy, oh my god, the shit he goes through, and it's snowing and it's awful, and he's just trying to survive from having to gut his own horse and climb inside of it to not freeze to death one night, to literally getting attacked and fucked by a bear. This poor motherfucker.
That's all bad, but. The most scarring movie of all time was definitely Deliverance.
I haven't seen it. I don't want to hear about it. I know it's got that scene. I don't want to know. Let's move on. New subject.
I've seen far worse than that.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it.
What was that movie? What was that movie?
I've seen worse than that in the back 40.
The people had to eat each other.
I understand.
Alive.
But here's the thing: if you guys make me watch that movie, I'm not going to want to come down there and see y'all. I don't want
you to watch that movie.
I am too pretty to be in the backwoods of the South.
No, that's Kentucky where that happened. You're good. Just don't go through.
You'll fit right in. You'll fit right in, right with the rest of the other Southern belles. You'll be fine.
Daniel goes, "No, you're not."
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. Hey, by the way, thanks for not being red today, Daniel. It really helps.
Hey,
don't hit the button.
Wait. Now it won't do nothing. Wait. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
But you know what's funny? It's different from app to app, because if we don't use this light when we're just going straight through YouTube, we look like we're whitewashed, like it's criminal light or something, like interrogation light. So it's funny. And here it looks red, but in just regular YouTube, if we don't use it, I'm serious. It especially Jocelyn, it whitewashes her really bad. Funny how that works.
Yeah, but that red
life is so crazy.
That
red one doesn't look good.
That's the one we always use, though. It's just
and it just doesn't.
It doesn't look good.
In my opinion, I'm not a lighting specialist. Obviously,
well, the green, red is supposed to warm, but because what we're trying to do and I know y'all probably see it different, but in here, because of this light, everything looks white. So we're trying to cut that with a little of the red. And some nights on camera it looks different than other nights. She complains about that all the time because it's not consistent. I know. But and I don't have the lava rock on either.
One of the things
that adds to the ambiance.
One of the things that's face turquoise covering eyes. Okay, turquoise covering eyes. I don't get.
If I turn the green light on, green light will make you look sickly. And I used to do that when I was running sound and lights for the Cracker Jacks. Yeah, like Charlie Ross one night, he would bitch and moan. He wanted more of something than his monitor. And he cussed me on microphone one night. And I'm like, you don't cuss your sound man, Jack. I don't care if you are by God, Charlie Ross. His hair did this for the rest of that set. I turned that shit up to wide the fuck, slay a brain and left it there for that whole set. That motherfucker had to do a whole fucking set with that shit searing his fucking skull. I left it there. And I was like, don't cuss me. But the lighting is the other guy, his brother pissed me off. And I run all the lighting sequences too. And I changed all his lighting sequences to this pale green. And it just made him look like an AIDS patient. Every time he would sing a solo or play a solo, he just looked like he was sick. And I did that to him the whole night.
My orange.
I was a nerd. I was a light and sound guy. What that was my revenge. Like, yeah, fuck with me, motherfucker.
If you don't think lighting makes a difference, go into a bathroom with fluorescent lighting, look at yourself in the mirror, and then go to the store. Otherwise, put soft lights in, look in the mirror, and you won't buy too much.
I had no idea until I worked at the Delta State PAC, which is a for real theater. And they have all the rows of ellipsoidals and parkans and fucking Behringers and all the IntelliBeams. And for every show, you have to get up there and reset that plot. And that was one of my jobs. Because lighting on a stage matters. There were shows where myself and Chris were on stage during the performance. And they not a fool out there in the crowd saw us because of the lighting.
Right.
We knew where the dead spots were. And I never understood how much you can actually do with lighting until I had that job. Because like I said, they would make us, Chris and I would wear all black and wear some black paint on our face.
What are you getting?
And we would be on stage moving gear, doing shit. Crowd can't see that though, because of dead spots in the lighting.
Yeah.
She says I need another drink.
I ruined this. D, that you'll like this about me. We had this. I had to work. First off, I almost killed a motherfucker. We had this big.
I don't like that.
I was the backstage.
Right?
Why
would I like that?
I was the backstage tech for a lot of shit. It'd come around, and I tried to get out of it, just like he wouldn't let me see Willie. He wouldn't let me not do this. But it was the Miss DSU pageant, and the former Miss DSU had gone on to win Miss Mississippi.
Okay.
Well, the third runner-up from the year before had re-entered this contest after getting a quite hefty boob job. Matter of fact, when they were asking her questions, where they sit them down and ask them the questions, she paused before she gave her answer.
She set her boobs down to answer the questions?
No.
That's what you just said.
No, it's not. I said when she sat down to answer the questions.
Oh, when she sat down. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
When she sat down to answer the questions.
If she
asked her the first question
down too, I want to see the video.
Oh, you should have seen her, dude. Last year she tried to tap dance and she almost fell over. This year she was going to try to play the piano, which is what I'm getting to. But before we get there, I've got to kill a motherfucker. So we're backstage at the Miss DSU pageant. This girl's already salty that she didn't win it the year before. She got some big old honkers. Well, when they sat her down for the question, she paused to think about what the answer was going to be. And some dude in the audience, in dead silence, some dude from the audience screams out, "Meat!" And we were dying, dude. Well, I noticed.
Yeah.
Anyway, James Fenimore Cooper, he was the voice of Delta State. He called the basketball games, he did radio shows, and all the other kind of shit. He was the MC for this event, and he was backstage. Now, that big curtain that opens out front, that's hand done by a son of a bitch over here fucking chugging this fucking rope, right? And it's got a counterweight that weighs about 80 pounds that comes down to help, right?
Yeah.
When I say clear the curtain, that means don't be anywhere around that motherfucker.
Right.
I gave my command, and that motherfucker ignored me completely and stood there, and that big fucking weight just, I mean, fucking clobbered. I thought he was dead, D. There was blood. Bill, my boss, and everybody comes back there. They take him up to the booth, and I'm sweating. I'm sweating, and they keep coming back there. They keep coming back there and saying, "Daniel, it doesn't." They're fucking with me, of course. He's actually already awake, and he's up there laughing about the situation. And he even told Bill. He said, "I heard him tell me to clear, and I ignored him." He said, "This ain't on your guy." I ignored. That's why you have these. I mean, everything that's done in that theater house, there's commands marked, because if you're in the way of some shit, you can get hurt. Well, anyway, he said, I've been doing this now for 30 fucking years, man. He's like, I know when he said clear that curtain, I know that motherfucker's coming down. So I got out of that, but this is where I actually got in trouble. The girl that didn't make it with the boob job, as she's coming out there to do her talent.
We were talking.
Let's go back to
she wrote this little, she found this little piece of music. I mean, a 2-year-old could play if you pointed out. It's just like dun dun.
I love how when you say two, you go like
it's
this.
Real single. The thing is, she doesn't know how to play piano. So what she did was she made herself a number system on the notes on the page
No,
and
come
took pencil
on.
and wrote those
Oh my
on the keys
God.
before
Oh
the
my-
show. All right. I'm the guy that's bringing her piano out. I know when I bring it under said light, she'll have perfect lighting on that keyboard. I also know if I shift that bitch 1 foot this way, she ain't going to see shit. Which choice do you think I made?
I hope you shifted.
I hope you went 2
I'd be
feet.
shifting
I
that
hope you went 2
motherfucker.
feet.
She come back and she absolutely butchered her little
Oh, I'm
performance.
sorry.
And she come backstage fucking, I'm going to call my, this is 2 years in a row. I'm going to call my lawyer. This is discrimination, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
Here's
and
my
I
phone.
actually screamed from the back and said, bitch, you actually can't play piano.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
And you know what?
It's like,
You being-
here's the
you-
violin.
But Bill chewed my ass. He goes, Dunaway, that was funny. That was funny. And I'm going to have to give you a well done. He's like, but these motherfuckers breathing down my neck. If I don't chew some ass, they're gonna fire me.
Okay, the closest we ever got to killing
was well
somebody
done.
the closest we ever got to killing anybody on stage, thank God didn't kill him, because it was at this stupid club called the Green Door in the back of a bowling alley in Montclair where we were playing, right? And there's a dude who's been playing, has been bowling all day and buying pitchers all day, right? And then they're like, well, the show's about to begin back. You know, if you want to go into the back where the Green Door was, you had to go through the Green Door to get in there. And so he comes back and he's sitting at the table on the side and he's got his pitchers, and that's the side where the guitar shit is. That's the side where the guitar shit is. And my rhythm guitar player had just picked up some fucking tube amplifier, God knows who made it, from like the 60s, and decided to hot rod it a little bit so it would sound distorted. And so while he's playing said hot rodded tube amp, the tube blows and catches fire, and homeboy on the side of the stage at the table threw a pitcher of beer on the amplifier to put the fire out.
No.
And the only thing we could say after the show was, dude, we walked up to Alex and go, you should always wear your hair like that. It looks cool, bro. Like he got lit up on stage, dude.
Man,
but
fucking with tubes is never a good idea.
If I got cracked in the dome with a weight from one of them fucking curtains.
The thing is, those counterweights, like we had one thing, like I left and came back, and Bill was like, I'm so glad you're here. Get up on the load rail now. One of my jobs there was going 120 feet straight up. And up there was this load rail with counterweights. Everything, all the stuff on those stages is on poles that disappear. They go up. And they're on ropes and pulleys. So you got to have the counterweight. 20 pounds out of weight can bring an entire building down on thousands of people. My job was while they've got it on the floor, loading the weight, or be it a curtain, be it a speaker, be it a whatever. I'm up top putting the counterweight in the arbor. Well, this guy, I got up there just in time to see him drop one of the 60-pound weights down into the rope and pulleys. Yeah, that's funny how that works out. But it's got 120 feet, and he sits up, and there's people working directly under us. So there's 60 pounds of steel coming straight down through ropes and pulleys, destroying no telling what. And he just looks at me and grins, and I immediately start barking the commands to clear the fly rail. And motherfuckers got out of the way just in time, but it clipped. This is actually why Bill left. It clipped the rope that was holding up the orchestral shell. That's 25,000 pounds. I helped load that bitch. It was crazy. We had to do it in stages. And Delta State didn't want to fix it. And they were already 2 years past due on having these ropes replaced to start with. And it was like, look, Bill broke it down for me and said, what are you going to do? That's 25,000 pounds. What are you going to do? Because the shell, it was a wall. But as it went up into the ceiling, it did this number and flattened against the top of everything. And he's like, what you going to do during our Christmas show? And there's 400 children on this stage and that rope snaps. And Delta State fought them about that. But I digress. That curtain, it has its own what's called a fly rail. It has its own fly rail, that front of house curtain. And it's actually more than 80 pounds. I can't remember the counterweight. I think it's about 120, but it's got to match. It's done a little different than the ones over here. It has a little, God, I don't know how to describe it. It has you got a little more leeway there. So, because the curtains are still probably about pushing 200 pounds. So the guy on the ground, I've got to take 200 pounds worth
of on the ground
pushing
200 pounds
to a movement. So the thing is, once I get that shit crunk up and moving,
get it crunked.
That weight's coming down. I can't just stop that momentum on a dime. That's why you call, there's a particular command for clearing that. You call it, and anybody that gets caught there, well, motherfucker, you hurt them. But it did. I thought it killed him. Now he come back, he had a big purple spot on the top of his head, and he did bleed a lot. But he came out there and finished that fucking show.
Like any true performer should.
Like a fucking pro, man. Like a pro.
Dude, Alex kept playing his part while he was getting electrocuted. It was hysterical. I was watching that, and homeboy went to grab another beer, and I'm just thinking, how is this going to end? And finally, somebody reached around from the backstage and unplugged the extension cord that had his shit in because there was smoke coming out of the outlet. Like, dude, that's the closest any of us ever got. Well, no, we got close to dying when a booking agent accidentally booked us in Texas. We're a punk band that plays naked with a porn movie on stage, okay, and girls with pasties. We walked out, and everybody there had cowboy hats on, and I was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm not playing. They're gonna kill us."
Funny enough, the best one of those I've ever heard, and it's there's a video about it. It's not about that per se, but it goes through this adventure. They got booked at a metal fest in Brazil, and anybody that knows their version of metal and ours is two completely different things. Theirs is much fucking heavier, much more fucking primal. I mean, it's like what's going on over in Norway and stuff over there. They're just a grittier, nastier, uglier fucking heavy metal than we are. And they booked Nickelback, who's not even heavy metal to start with. And anyway, they walked out there. And Chad went to say something, and their first song kicked off, and motherfucker got hit. When I say a rock, I mean a rock just come flying up out of the crowd. Blam! And they fucking stoned Nickelback off their stage.
Wait, did you just say stoned? Did you just say stoned?
I know what I'm doing, Kenny.
You know what that means?
That might be a segue. That might be a segue. All right, everybody.
I know what I'm doing.
When this popped in, there were some shocked faces. And we're going to play this 1:44 video here real quick about getting stoned and how that did him good. And then about all his other efforts. And then we're going to get stoned to roll.
And we're going to listen. Yes, we are.
So here we go, everyone.
Can we do this?
We're doing this.
Are you ready to hit it again in a minute and 50
seconds?
Yeah,
because the next song is a tribute. We'll be hitting it a lot during that song.
Here we go. All right. For those of you watching the podcast, Hot Wheels has not necessarily watched a lot of Upchurch. And I wanted to bring this up because Upchurch really built my channel. Daniel, I know he's been instrumental in building yours.
Yeah, right.
And this just came out November 6th, which was yesterday. And I just want to say, as a fan of his, and somebody who's bought every single album, thank you for doing what you do. And I'm just glad I could help in any way by buying the albums. So and here you go.
As a dude.
Great God. I got some news.
What? Oh, shit. I just fucked that all up. All right.
I was just going to say, as a dude that fanboyed out when he came to our channel. Thank you.
Dude, you fanboyed out and Demon Jones came in and I thought it was freaking J-Man.
Get out of here.
Christ. Listen, if you decide to come back in Upchurch, we won't fanboy, and I'm not mistaking you for anybody.
Can I just say one thing?
Yo.
Say two.
This is I'm gonna look right at my camera when I say this, okay? This is to you, Jay Gearhart. You are welcome to come back into the Swole Patrol Live Wednesday nights and Saturday nights so that I can meet you. Okay, go.
Somehow all I heard was come and in. That's what you really meant. I'm just saying.
I just want Red to take note. I was not the one to say that. Daniel was. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and with that,
hit it.
Oh, Lord. Yeah,
right.
go. Please go.
Break it down for me, fellas.
Here we go.
Great Squad. Hey, I got some news, bro. So, you know how I've been saying for like a year? I'm like, bro, we got golds and platinums. And I mean, I can count, so I knew we had golds and platinums, right? Well, that's how you know who's who around here, apparently, according to the Nashville mainstream people. You know, it doesn't matter what your song sounds like or how it affects you emotionally. They only give a fuck about if it's gold or platinum. And the only company that can certify your stuff to where it's legit is RIAA. That's where everyone gets their stuff certified. Record labels, everybody goes through one company. It's RIAA. And at the time, I didn't have anything certified. Well, a couple artists around town in Nashville were like, bro, you quit being a liar. You don't have no platinums. So my freaking boy B-Lou
his videographer,
got my shit registered. Now, look what's on the RIAA website. Hillbilly, RIAA certified gold. Old Days featuring Justin Adams, RIAA certified gold. Dirty South, RIAA certified gold.
Dirty South.
Are you ready for this? Rolling Stone, RIAA certified platinum. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you?
I am.
Oh, boys, RIAA certified platinum twice, motherfucker.
Twice.
We are those motherfuckers, motherfuckers.
Oh my God.
I'll show y'all all the other ones when they're done counting. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go Trekker Spot. Love you, Squad. Thanks for being part of the best music story ever told, baby.
Hey, glad to be part of it,
Creek
man. Just glad to be part of it. Man, I am. You guys don't understand. For me, because I was in, like, Daniel's done this. You're in a band, right? You have a deal. You have to promote your music. You have to put it out, right? I've owned studios. I know all this stuff. You know how incredible his story is with nobody backing him to do this on his cell phone and make himself from his cell phone to what he is right now with nobody but his fans believing in him.
Right.
I mean, I'm just so proud of him. I really am.
You know, he mentioned, well, first off, funny enough, our live streams began while we were attempting to do like a reaction for Lykerth and Larry.
Oh,
and remember that night our power went out and we wound up out in the truck getting shit-faced and said, well, we'll go live instead. We can plug this because we were, well, the way we had my setup at the time without electricity, we couldn't run our speakers. So we went, what we did was we went and climbed in the truck. It's storming ass rain. We climbed in the truck and said, what the fuck? We'll go live first time, see what happens. And we wound up getting shitty sitting out in that truck till daylight. And it actually started with a church thing. Church did, he did do a lot for our channel. Creek Squad people have been wonderful. But I agree. It's, you know, like or hate church. A lot of people can't argue with what he's done anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
And he did it from nothing.
Kitsune, welcome aboard too. Glad to see you both.
You know, Holler Boys is a great song. What was the other one he mentioned? It was Gold. Shit.
Which one?
It's what started this whole fucking train of thought that I'm on, and now I can't pull it up.
Old Days or Hillbilly?
I like Hillbilly too.
YZ? I wonder if YZ's gold. YZ
probably is. I bet it is. By now, yeah.
Okay, well, Kitsune. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Daniel.
No, go ahead.
Kitsune wants to know if we're going to fire in the hole. Are you ready for this? We will fire in the hole.
I don't want to take away. I don't want to take away from Daniel's story, though.
I don't even remember what it was. Play this video. Okay. Play this video.
We will definitely start firing in the hole when this.
This is a pothead national anthem.
It really is. And by the way, you guys, for those of you who don't know, this is Hot Wheels' first time hearing this song. Okay. Yep. So here we go.
We'll talk about it later. I'm fixing to go in my mouth.
Church. Sometimes I get stoned in my backyard, lay off in the tall grass so my view is the stars. I think about nothing, get to clear my thoughts from all the thunder and lightning, so I feel a spark. Sometimes I get higher than the Colorado Rockies, hoping that the county sheriff don't stop me. Like Charlie Daniels said, you shouldn't smoke at dough, but damn it, I can't help I love Rolling Stone. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up door, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. said you shouldn't go smoke that dope. But hell, I can't help, I love rolling stone. Yeah, I love rolling stone. Smoke rolling around the cab with the dome light on, looking like a stage for a Leonard Skinner song. Hanging out with Mary Jane, but she's making the time go slow. Making memories with my buddies through the thick green smoke. Puff passing out the windows of my old Tahoe. Lifted so damn high, I can't come down. Driving under the speed limit in my town. With the windows rolled down and the radio up. Sweet tea full in my solo cup. Listening to the humming of the 44. Sounding like a concert, I'm a beat up door. Arm hanging out the window, smiling a wave. Smoking on some grown where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke that dope. But hell, I can't help, I love rolling stone.
Kenny.
Yeah, I love rolling stone.
Yo.
Dude. Now see, you've heard me say, and Dee heard me say this earlier. One of the reasons I'm a fan of church is because I relate. That back road smoking and freaking.
Oh. Are we relating over there?
Just keep going, Daniel.
Okay. But I mean, that's rolling back roading, driving about 35 miles an hour, the stereo blaring, man. Dude, that's a fucking Friday night. What you talking about? I love this song, man. Now, Dee, tell us what's happening, girl.
Let's just finish it, please.
Okay.
You want to finish it? You got it.
All right.
There ain't nothing like the swaying of a windy back road, baked out like a barn full of tobacco. I know Jesus drank wine, but I bet he wouldn't mind sitting with me in my Chevy, passing around a few times with the windows rolled down.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You saw it. I saw your face. That was Daniel's line of mine.
Yep.
I know Jesus drank wine, but I bet he wouldn't mind sitting with me in my Chevy, passing around a few times with the windows rolled down, the radio up, sweet tea full in our solo cups, listening to the humming of the 44s like a concert out my beat up door. Arm hanging out the window, smiling a wave, smoking on some grown where the cattle graze. Oh, Willie said there's not nothing wrong with smoking dope. So light one up and let's go rolling stone.
Light one up, folks.
So pass me that and let's start rolling stone.
Sorry, I grabbed the wrong sin.
I am so using that next time I go to church.
I grabbed the wrong sin. That was great. That's going on my quote page. That is going on my quote page.
Well, what do you think, Dee?
Well, grab the wrong sin.
I'm just going to say these 3 words. Book of Rommel.
Grab the wrong sin. That is great.
Yeah. What did you think of this one? What did you think of this song, Dee? I mean, it went platinum. Do you think it should have? That's a million times listened to.
I am not musically inclined and knowledgeable like you and Daniel are.
Mm-hmm.
I can just react, and this is what I do on my channel. Okay, here is the story.
Selfless plug. Somebody link our channel here.
I'm sorry. I just had to kind of break the tension there.
That was great.
I have to look at it. I look at a video. I look at the lyrics. I look at the video. Without going into much detail, that was me in the early 90s in Colorado with the love of my life right there.
So do you see how Do you see how
And
his music makes us remember
yeah,
those things?
and that's what I talked about just the other day on my on one of the reactions I did was music can move your soul.
Absolutely.
And that's what I have learned doing my channel. And that's what I love. I love
Right.
being introduced to all these new musicians and all this new
Right.
music and getting the ones that move my soul.
Right.
That's awesome.
We told you we wouldn't lead you astray.
I know you did. And just to back up that statement, state of mind, 2 middle fingers.
Right.
Oh my God, that video is awesome.
But I mean, we all
But
can relate to that. Every one of you could probably relate to it too that are watching this right now. You have had a period in your life where a song got you through it.
yeah. Well,
You know?
I'm just, this is a real flashback for me. It's
Yeah.
not that I knew this song. It's just
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
flashback for me to a time when I was with, and we've all had it, whether you're with them now or not, when I was with the love of my life.
Yep.
Right.
So
And
see, for me, this is why I do like church so much. You heard me say I relate to those creek banks. I relate to the back road
Yeah.
riding of this. He spoke. This is. You don't take. You may have to listen to a few, but church is going to get you somewhere. He has something that's going to get that reached out and grabbed a piece of you.
there's
That's why he's platinum. Even with his particular genre and style and what
Yeah.
he does, he eventually is like he finds you, and he gets you.
There's
You know?
a song that he has where he mentions something about being at the Sonic drive-in, right? And he's talking about we didn't have Sonics where I grew up. There was no such thing as Sonic, right?
A&W.
Right. A&W was
so we didn't have those.
A&W was driving. And so he's talking about being at this Sonic drive-in with this girl that he really just doesn't want to take home yet on a Friday night. And he's digging through his cup holder in her center console looking for enough change to buy her one more blue drink. Right? Now, I can't relate to the blue drinks at Sonic, but I can relate to being there on a Friday night and wanting to do anything to extend my time with her. You know, like you want something else to drink? Let me get it for you, baby. Okay, I got that. You know, like it's relatable. And that is not just, and that's just not with him. There's a lot of music that transports us to places that we were in, even though they're not describing.
That's the good shit. That's the good shit. That's the kind of shit I like. Yeah. Music is supposed to make you feel something.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a happy time.
No.
There's lots of things.
Reaches you.
It needs to move your soul.
Yep.
D, I'm going to have you write one down. I don't care if you react to it or not. I just want you to listen to it. My Neck of the Woods.
By
Church.
Thank you, Madam Red.
Okay.
Oh, My Neck of the Woods. My Neck of the Woods is very good.
Thank you, Red.
It's very good. Thank you,
and
Madam
it'll
Red.
have that same. It'll have that same kind of sentiment to you because he's walking back through his. He's like as he is now. He's come back to his hometown and he's remembering. And he's like, and then the whole point of the song is not a damn thing's changed.
There's a video that just came out,
but he's like, "Bless your neck of the woods" too. I mean, it's an homage for people to think about where.
There's a song. There's a video that just came out, and unfortunately, I can't react to it on my channel. Y'all know I'm only going to react to it if I haven't heard it, and I actually listened to it, but it was from Rashad, and it's
he's good.
And it's
I'm going to react to him.
It's that video I sent you.
He'll surprise you.
That video you sent me?
Yes. So
okay, I like him.
It's going to give you that similar kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
And what it does is with music like that,
good,
it takes us back to, even though I can't relate to Cheatham County with Upchurch, or I can't relate to Shannon knows the name of it, and I don't even know if you can spell it. Chattanooga in Georgia, where Rashad's from. Right. When they talk about stuff, I'm picturing where I was and what we were doing at that age, and they're still doing the same stuff. These are the most down to earth artists when they're willing to talk about their real life rather than building themselves up to be some superstar and all this other stuff. Like you know how many people, Daniel's probably been around a few of them, they got real successful and went to their head. And the next thing you know, they lost everything they had.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
two or three of those.
Like staying grounded. You know, you love Struggle Jennings. To me, with Struggle Jennings, he and I have something similar. We went and did something wrong and had to go pay our price. And he got out and decided to make something of his life.
ACAL also.
And I got out of prison. I had to figure out whether I was just going to be that guy or whether I was going to do something with my life. That's why their songs and their stories that they tell within their songs are so impactful to me. That's why the first 3 songs I heard from Struggle Jennings, I'm like, no, he's not my thing. And then he did a song where it was another song that he did, but it was my story. And when he told it, then I related to him. I went back and listened to the other songs and realized now I get what he's saying.
What is this blasphemy that you speak of?
Well, it's
not liking Struggle Jennings.
Well,
what is the hell?
Daniel knows I've said it too. My first few songs of Tom McDonald, I was like, I'm not going to play this again.
Right.
But then I found
Jocelyn
stuff I would.
Loves Struggle, but she doesn't like the flow when he raps.
Who cares?
But she loves. She loves the intensity he delivers.
God,
you just made me think of something, Kenny. You just made me think of something.
God, We Need You Now is my favorite song of his. With
all these collabs that have come out of this, you know, it's almost like they were all running.
Oh yes.
Just in Time, Church,
that's
Struggle,
a good one, Red.
Tom, ACAL, all these guys, Demon, Broadnax. All these guys has been doing these collabs together for years and everything. They all are guys. They're almost mirror images of each other, and I think that's what pulled them together. They had to overcome some stupid shit and work their asses off, just because they were not going to conform to somebody else's norm. And all of them have had their trials and their downtimes. I mean, some of them have been to prison, such like that. But they're not, I mean, and they're not afraid to tell you that, but they're not wallowing in it. They're showing you what they're doing with it. Mm-hmm. They're not telling you their sob story. It's like, they've all built their lives into something
and one of the things,
bullshit.
One of the things that I appreciate about music like this, Madam Red brought up, do you know about Second Chance?
Yeah, I saw that. I was waiting for somebody to stop so I could tell her, Red, no, I don't. Send me the link.
Yeah, he's really good, and there's some really good songs I can recommend you to. He is a really family-friendly kind of music. Like he's not.
Wow, that sentence took you like 10 minutes to say.
I'm trying to think of how to. I'm trying to think of how to say it without giving away any of the content of his videos. But let's just put it this way: he has videos where him and his daughter are dancing, right? Like videos about his daughter, videos about the love of his life.
Okay, Red says don't spoil it. She says do not spoil it.
Okay,
and it was in caps. So.
Yep. Hi Harold, how you doing?
What's up, Earl?
And then she said, "Hush."
Yep.
It better be to the left.
Oh.
So,
is that a thing?
To the
that
left
is a thing. If it's not hanging to the left, something's wrong.
Dude,
it doesn't really matter if it's.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's a man code. It doesn't really matter which way your dick's hanging. When a man asks you how's it hanging, he's asking you how is your day going. If you respond with anything other than to the left, he understands your day's not going so good. If you say, "Oh, to the left."
Dude,
yeah, they know you're having an okay day.
Let's just be real, guys. Raise a hand with a thumbs up or something, or just agreed. How many times when somebody has asked you that, is it really hanging to the left? Because it always is.
Red said low. Red said low and to the left.
Low and to the left, right?
But that's just man code. If we say to the left, that means
everything's cool.
If we say to the right or something else, that means we're probably not having the best day.
So let's just say, hypothetically,
right?
A guy asks me how my day's going.
Right.
If I say low and to the left, he ain't gonna date me.
No, it only works for guys.
And every encounter for me is I won't say that. That's not true.
Well, I mean, first off, most guys aren't going to ask you how it's hanging.
Oh, they have to ask you how it's hanging?
Right.
Yeah.
If a guy asks you, that's what a guy's saying. How's it hanging? If your response is to the left, that means your day is okay. If it's to the right, that means you're probably not having a good day.
See, okay, ladies out there.
It's always to the left.
Here is a good example of what just happened. Daniel said, men ask you how it's hanging. I heard men ask you how it's going. Or
no, it's how it's hanging. Then you have to answer the question.
I know.
That's our way of saying how is it going to guys.
That men say one thing, but as women, we hear other things.
Yep.
And that's where the communication
there's kind of unfortunately a four-way gauge for it, which is, to the left everything's cool, in the center I don't know, to the right all's bad, and standing straight up. You got some, bro? That's dope.
I was gonna say it's standing straight up. That only means one thing.
Yep.
Chicken wow.
Yeah. Okay, I want to go back to this up church thing because Dan, you said something, and then we can go back to whatever subject you want to. But you said something about him being in a truck and going on the dirt roads. What'd you call it?
What, back roading?
Yeah.
Back roading.
Yeah. Or some people around here call it tooling. That's another saying down here. People go tooling.
In Colorado,
we
called it drifting. You go drifting.
Drifting. I got you.
Have you heard that before, or is that just me being stupid?
No.
I think the back roading is much more south because there's an artist from Texas who has a song called Back Road Song, and that's Granger Smith. And
I love him. I've seen him in concert.
Yeah. Oh,
I love him.
I had a chance to see him, and unfortunately, we had meet and greets and everything, but there was a COVID outbreak the night before at the club.
Did you say meet and greets?
Meet and greet,
like
meet them, greet them, get
hi, how are you?
Autographs, pictures, all that. Yeah,
I thought he said leets.
No.
Oh,
but
so when he said meet and leets, I was like, I don't understand.
Because
I could have done something. I could have done something really dirty right there, but go, Kenny.
But because of the COVID thing, because of the COVID thing, we didn't get to see him, and now he's retired. But
no, he's not retired.
He's retired from touring.
Okay, my understanding.
Hey.
Hi, Jocelyn.
Hey, Jocelyn.
You were
my understanding.
They saw you before I did.
He's going into ministry.
Well, I heard that he was taking a break for a while because of the death of his son.
Where'd you?
Just get my charger.
Because of what?
Was it down there? Oh, okay.
Because of the death of his son.
Oh, no. He's gotten past that. He's actually now retiring from music and taking his calling into ministry, which, is fine.
Really?
Yeah. And that's fine for him. His music, there's an album that he has. It's a very military-based album. And that's one of my I got turned on to that before I got turned on to his mainstream stuff, and he's just another one of those guys with an authentic voice. But when Daniel said back road, I'm like, I heard his song Back Road Song. It sounds like it's a very because down where I'm from, and y'all could say Southern California is not southern, but it is the southern part of that part, just not southern like in the U.S. But down there, if you were driving down a dirt road, you were back roading. Anytime you drove down a dirt road, you were back roading.
Oh, God.
What are you laughing at?
I'm not going to say.
Because he heard me say, Southern California is southern, just not like southern in the US.
It is southern, but is Southern California like Southern Mississippi? No.
But all along the South, you hear that term. When they're driving down a dirt road, they're back roading.
Yeah, I can agree. I agree with that.
Yep.
In Colorado, it was called drifting.
And that's probably because sometimes it's not dirt; it's snow, and the snow's drifting across the road.
What's funny is this is how cheesy.
No. It's because when you hit that slit, that wet spot.
That slit? Is
oh,
that
Lord.
what you said when you hit that slit?
Wow. You just said you hit a slit. All right, we're going to talk about
that. When you hit that slit, you hit that shit right. You heard?
Yeah. Let's just move on.
To what?
I actually was fixing to say something actually fairly funny, and I lost it.
Right, JP?
Slit.
That's because mine was funnier.
Yep. Oh, man.
Oh.
Slitties and beer. Slitties and beer.
Oh, Lord. In our little meeting that we had this morning, we're talking about
There's a
pet
meeting.
peeves again. Well,
I know what
a
you mean.
meeting.
Well, you got any plans for tonight? Nope. What about you? Nope. He said this. All right, let's run with it.
I gotta tell you. Hold on. I gotta tell Jocelyn you're funny.
No,
A
don't.
while ago, we were doing Listen to Church, Rolling Stone, and she had actually previously said that wasn't her bag, church, and that one got her for some reason. It made her remember something. Huh. So with that said, everybody we were trying to hit her pipes and shit in honor of the song, and I don't know what she grabbed, but she said I grabbed the wrong sin.
You grabbed her drink.
I grabbed my drink.
I was like, that's so good and used. You want to watch me grab the wrong? Well, this is the right sin right here.
Yeah, that's the happy sin. Bye, Jocelyn. She makes drinks good, doesn't she?
She does. Well, well, it depends on your goals. I freaking because I used to be the bartender. I used to be the bartender for my fraternity, and my gift is mixing incredibly strong drinks.
When you hit
hiding
that
the fact,
yeah, Red.
She doesn't make hers as strong as I make them. So as far as regulating myself, yes, she makes the better drink. But as far
that
as
just about came through my nose.
But no, if you're there to get fucked up, I make pretty. Ask Rommel. I made that motherfucker a killer drink, and I made it about a third as strong as what we would make. And I make good drinks. She does too. Like I said, hers. She follows a precise formula. It's measured out. Me, I'm like glug 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 glug. And I grab the next thing, and I'm like glug 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 glug. And then by the time it's over with, I'm like juice. So for longevity, she makes the better drink.
Yeah.
If you want to get towed down, I make the better drink.
See, here is the story. In our house, when Hunter comes out, he's like, "Would you like me to make you a drink?" And I'm like, "There's 3 different levels." Okay.
Sorry about that, folks. I forgot to mute my mic.
There's my level, which is, then there's Hunter level, which is a little bit stronger. And then there's Jamie level, which is like, you take a sip of this, you're going to be knocked on your ass and probably not wake up for a couple of days. So that's how we range.
See,
like,
he and I mix drinks.
Hunter level.
He and I think the same.
Oh,
there's a behind the scenes from one of our on our behind the scenes channel thing in our YouTube. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. And we were fucked up. And
Jocelyn makes good drinks.
She made the mistake of letting me go in there and fix the drinks. And she was drinking wine that night. So I hand her wine, and I'm sitting here making a fool of myself in camera, and she's on the bed behind me, and I take a sip of it. And in my mind, I think, holy God, Daniel, what have you done? But I smile, and I go, here, taste this. And it put Jocelyn on fire. She's like, oh! I mean, it's a you should watch it. It's a scene. She gets mad, and I'm like, you think it's a little strong? She's like, fuck yeah.
Well, Jamie makes these mimosas. And for those of you who don't know, I live like Lake Michigan is right at the end of my street. And we have friends with boats. And so in the summertime, we go out on the boat on Lake Michigan. Well, he makes mimosas. And there's like 10, 15 of us out there. And he's telling people, you need to drink one. And they're like, nah, it's just orange juice. I can have a... He's like, no, you need to drink one.
Yep.
And people never listen.
Right.
And so they'll drink one. And it's kind of it's kind of like having an edible where you drink it and it takes about a half an hour for it to kick in. I mean, edible's like 2 hours, but between that half an hour, you've already determined I can have a second one.
Yeah.
No, you can't. And
so fudge is a problem.
Yes. Well, yeah. And I mean, and then people are just like, and then you're on the boat, things are moving, and yeah, it's never a pretty scene.
Now, see, Madam just she just spoke to my soul.
Long Island.
I love a Long Island if it's made right. I've had some of the best Long Island iced teas you can imagine, and I've also had some that I'm like, I've thrown back at the bartender and be like, I'm not drinking this piss water, dude.
When
Dave and Barry's.
Oh,
if
Best
they're made
Long Island
right.
iced tea.
There was this guy that used to bartend at a place called Rumors, and our jazz band had to play. We were actually contractually obligated to play for these old people at a country club every year, and we would pull out this old, I'm talking foxtrot kind of jazz. And these were like 80-year-old motherfuckers out there dancing around, and it was called the Spring Swing Fling, and we would do it every year.
right.
And
More
they
like
would hire,
the hip goes out.
they would hire that bartender.
Wait.
We had two
We gotta
jazz
go back
bands.
to the name. The Spring Swing Fling.
They're
Yeah,
80. It's
the
when the
spring-
hip goes
they're
out.
right,
It's
the spring-
when the hip goes out.
Right?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what. There was this old man. He was there every year. He was tall. He was older. Methuselah had glasses, and he was. I mean, he was out there cutting the rug. And all these old women. Every time you looked out there, there'd be a different woman dancing with him, and the last one would be over there huffing and puffing at her table.
Oh
But
God.
they would hire that bartender
Oh.
for Rumors, and we
Yeah,
had two jazz bands,
apparently-
and they would divide us into three.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy made the best Long Island iced tea, and
Oh.
the guys that weren't in the current set would sit there and hang out with that bartender and drink. So the first set was fire, the second set was fire, the third set was all of us in one big band.
All fucked
Dude,
up.
oh my God, we wouldn't even be able, the director, Bart, it's a good thing Bart had a good sense of humor and was not a hateful human being, because we would be fucked up. But the thing is that
Oh,
old
really?
people would be fucked up too.
Well,
And they, at that point, they didn't give a shit if it sounded good. They was dancing anyway. They was
Do you
having
explain
a
why?
fucking
Because
blast,
you were.
man.
Do you explain why? Because you were contractually ovulated.
No, madam.
Obligated.
Red-
That's the
Red-
Red said that.
Red said that, not
There
me.
you go.
Yeah.
Red said that. Oh well, either way, it's a
I was
win.
trying to
Ovulated?
say obligated. I'm a little inebriated, so it came out a little discombobulated.
Dude, my problem with the alcohol shit is them sneaker drinks. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that you can't
Oh
tell
my
you're drinking
God.
alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, like those. Like we
Brilliant.
did this one. We made it up
Oh my God.
ourselves with Ciroc watermelon vodka, and it was a watermelon cranberry juice from Ocean
Oh.
Spray, and then
Like
like
this.
no, dude, I'll tell you what, we put like a couple drops of grenadine in it, and
Yeah.
it tasted exactly like a Jolly Rancher watermelon candy.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Okay. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna say it again. This is my
Applause.
another call
You have to go potty.
for whoever. No.
Oh, well, you said you had another call.
Did you say applause?
No, she said she has balls. What? God
Oh,
damn it, we're lost.
she was like, I'll just say something. I could have sworn he said applause.
He did. He was
I said
reading Red's
applause.
comment.
Oh, yeah, I said
Red's
that.
comment.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I was like, well, that's the ultimate. You know, we're talking about that word, whatever, and bless your heart that really means fuck you. I was like, damn, he just pissed right on her, didn't he? But I misunderstood. He was reading what she said. I got you.
Yeah. Dude, how did I get pissed
Okay,
on? I'm
okay.
so confused.
I'm just gonna make my last plea. I'm not gonna say call. My last plea.
Are we trying to reel this in?
Please, please, please start making Zima again. Because you put green apple Jolly Ranchers in Zima. Oh my fucking God. It is an amazing. You want to talk about a sneaker drink?
Dude, there was a Mad Dog that color, like the color green candy Jolly Ranchers.
I
and
don't
that-
care the color, it was the taste.
Yeah, well,
Now-
the color of that one made you taste like when you threw up.
Here's one that I'm sure all of you know, but you probably all three make it different, being probably a regional thing. We call it a bullfrog. You want to talk about a sneaker drink? We used to play this game called Up the River, Down the River. And the thing, if you make bullfrog in our neck of the woods right, it is full of liquor, but you can't, it tastes like Kool-Aid. And you sit there and everybody's playing their games and blah, 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 and you're throwing it back, you're throwing it back, you're throwing it back on the Up the River, Down the River. You get your second drink, you throw it back. And all of a sudden, somebody asks you what number you're on. You're like, from there. And you're like,
Wait.
nope, you got a drink.
So I'm confused. To get this,
You
drink,
would
I
love
gotta-
playing drinking games with me, D.
To
I have
get-
some-
No, I
You like
wouldn't.
some
I
good
wouldn't remember shit.
Wait, so to get this, I got to go up and down a river and chase a bullfrog. And when I get
It's
them,
cards. They lay out
Yeah,
seven like
it's
you're playing
cards.
solitaire.
Yeah.
Up the river, down the river.
I
Up the
thought it
river.
was dice, actually, but
Up the
okay,
river.
cards make sense.
you give out drinks. Like if actually it's red or black. If it's red, you give them out. If it's black, you take them. And then when you come down the river, it starts being ×2 or whatever, and it just multiplies out of hand. Like when we play Pink Floyd, if you speak out gibberish, you're gonna kill everything in the room. I'm surprised we haven't sent people to the fucking hospital playing.
Dude, we were
three man. Fuck, we didn't play some 3 man.
All I'm gonna say to that story is meet and greet.
Dude. Oh God.
We need to
like
play.
a chicken bone. Like a chicken bone.
Yeah.
Who's the band that did that song? She Talks to Angels.
That's dude from 90210.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Jamie.
What did you say?
She talks to angels.
Oh, yeah, that's a different song.
Dude, that group, when we saw them, it was at a 420 festival. And they were
Red said heard the cats.
Okay. They were at a 420 festival and they were hitting heard the cats. Yeah, right. I'm not a cat, damn it. I can't be herded. My dog will try to herd me though.
I can't be herded, he says. I cannot. Thou shalt not pass. I cannot. They were
at a 420 festival.
Oh my God.
They were at a 420 festival we were at, and they were hitting every table that was giving away weed. So they were fucked up by the time they got up on stage.
I thought you were pitching the table.
No, the dude got up there and he started to sing, and it sounded like what you were just saying. Like it's like a band that has a song. She Talks to Angels. Like they're good. They've been on MTV and success to get us on.
Okay, I don't want to change the subject, but that's what I do.
Go for it.
Oh, Daniel looks like he doesn't want me to change the subject. Go ahead, Daniel. What are you gonna say?
No, I'm just downshifting from where I was headed. You're gonna change the subject, so and
we're getting some
downshifting
taken at us. Look for shiny parts. Red said something shaking shiny stuff at us. Okay.
Shake your dick at him. Works every time.
Oh.
That was
let's not do that.
That was Drake's motto. That was one of his sayings, man. To everything. You owe us $37, sir. He's like, you know what, man? Shake your dick at him. Works every time. And do you know I've seen that motherfucker get out of shit with that?
Dude, if I said that,
sadly, but that was his thing. Shake a dick at him, and that was the same guy that brought us Eat Shit and Buy More Cheetos.
Damn.
In that like 3 sentences that you just said, I have like 5 stories.
Oh my God!
I will not tell them here, but
skip back and hold on to it in the proper fashion.
Oh Lord, I'll forget the second you start talking. Okay, so. We were talking earlier today about things we wanted to talk about.
Things.
I know, right? I'm sorry. I'm
like
all
intoxicated.
Oh man, slit talk.
I know I'm intoxicated. That's the point. I'm sorry. I interrupted you again. I'm sorry. I'll sit my drunk ass here and shut what we call the fuck up.
Anyway, we talked about roundabouts.
Oh, fuck
now, for
them.
those of you who don't know what a roundabout is, it is the most evil thing ever invented in driving.
It is.
Yep.
And Wisconsin is made of roundabouts.
That explains why people need to drink so much. Because you're driving in circles in them fuckers.
Dee, when she drove, she gave up her license 3 years ago, voluntarily.
Uh-huh.
But when she drove, I'm going to hear shit about this when we get into this.
She drove like the wind.
It was nothing for me to spend 15, 20 minutes on a roundabout trying to figure out where the fuck I get off.
That's like, okay, the roundabout here is only 4 ways. But it's
darling, if you're still trying to figure out how to get off.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. I knew somebody was going to say that.
That conversation will happen in Discord.
Yeah.
Look, in Memphis one night, I can't even remember where in the hell we were going, but we were supposed to exit on Austin P off the 240 loop, and we just never saw the exit. We circled the whole fucking Memphis 240 loop.
You heard what I heard, right? You were supposed to get off when Austin peed? What?
Austin P. It's a college. It's a small college, actually. And there's a road.
I
There's
thought you were
Austin
supposed
P.
to get off when Austin peed. Like, is he in the car ready to let you know when to turn off? He's going to aim it out the window and start shooting? Or, like,
It's
how does this work?
P-E-A-Y. It's P-E-A-Y, by the way. Austin P. And
I
there's
thought we
Austin
were going
P.
back
Boulevard.
to show them their dick story.
Oh, I hope not.
People with this,
my God.
and I tried to do it one time, and the one time I did it, it turned out it wasn't funny, and I'll tell you why. And once I tell you, I told you that to tell you this. He would, in the Delta, the big saying was "How's your mom and them." There was even local bands wrote songs called "How's your mom and them." That's how people said hello. How's your mom and them? How's your mom and them? How's your mom and them? Anyway, Drake would always walk up to people at random in bars, or if you knew him, and you're like, "Hey, Drake," and he's like, "Man, you know what's funny? Your mama." And it would always be funny. The one time I tried to do it, of course,
like
dude's
now?
mama had like died, like just like, oh, I see. She's dropping garbage cans. I see.
Who is?
Don't make me drop bombs.
What is he talking about? I'm confused. Am I that drunk?
I might be that sober. Fuck. I need to drink more.
I didn't get it.
We're going to drink more.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this part of the podcast.
I was trying to think of something funny from my youth, and the only thing I could think of was this kid who is in our class, and when we play kickball, his shoes didn't fit. No, his shoes didn't fit. And when we play kickball, he would kick, and his odor eater would fly out of his shoe.
I've so seen that.
Dude, and then he would be like, "Give me my shoe and shit," and they're like, we ain't touching that."
Kenny, that's not funny. That poor kid's shoes didn't fit.
Dude, whatever. It was funny as fuck. When you're fucking in like third grade, that shit's funny as fuck. I think they wrote The Simpsons for all the adults that were stuck in the third grade.
Oh, Lord.
Right. Why are you dropping garbage cans? Red wants to make a lot of noise. Red, you want the link? I'll give it to you. You can come in and yell at
Oh, I remember what the garbage can was. I was saying something about it not being funny, and I was going to say, because when I tried to tell it, a guy's mama had just died, but she's like now. Yeah. That was the garbage can. You just dropped a garbage can on me. You said, "Fuck you, Dana, shut
I'm
up."
sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did, and it was hilarious.
No,
Don't apologize.
I didn't.
I'm not complaining. I'm actually just fucking with you now because it's what I fucking do. You've met me, right? My name is Nordy Mertz. Bartender's best friend and woman's choice for governor. Are we taking this shot or what? Why are we not doing this? Cheers.
Kenny's typing something.
He's writing that down.
Yeah, he is.
Bartender's best friend, woman's choice for governor.
Oh, Red said hashtag confused SD.
That's okay.
I'm a hashtag.
Wait for
what you didn't hear, I think, is, as a joke, I said, "Go ahead, drop some fucking garbage cans. I got some stories I can tell too, D." But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, damn.
That's okay. It's okay. I got thick skin. I can take it.
Wait a minute. I had a pet peeve, though, because I thought we were going to talk about shit that pissed us
Austin
off.
P.
I thought we could get the shit.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about roundabouts, weren't we?
Yeah.
Look, that's some fucking dumb shit.
It is.
Okay, look, you got people that crash in a straight line. Now you want to put a curve in front of them.
Right? Okay, and hello, you put it in Wisconsin, the #1 state for DUIs.
Dude, I would fit in there.
Come on.
I'm moving. Hey, can you? I got to talk about other stuff that they do in Wisconsin or don't do. We're gonna figure this out because that might be my new home state. I fit in good. Listen,
no,
I can
it's
drive.
not legal here.
Oh fuck!
My god!
All right, fuck Wisconsin. All right, look, just because y'all get drunker than us.
Daniel laughing? Why is Daniel laughing?
I had, it was one of those heckler moments when he said he was going to move to Wisconsin. And I thought to myself, no, he can't do that because And the thing that flashed through my head was some of that Daniel humor. And there are just some things you don't let escape your mouth. See, even with me not having much of a filter, some things you don't let escape because it would have been funny, but it would have been mean. And it wasn't that I was trying to be mean. It was the funny that struck me, not the mean. The mean caught me later. It was like, no, if I said that, that would be mean. I shouldn't do that. So,
but
don't
now do that.
No, and it wouldn't. But the thing is, it wouldn't be meant to be mean. If it was me, I would laugh at myself for it.
What I'm saying is, this is not the place for a filter. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
just let it roll.
I was fitting to fuck with him about having trouble with the corn, but
listen,
corn, first of all, that's Iowa.
That's Iowa.
That is true. That's right.
So I'm not gonna husk.
I was thinking about where you were from, not where you were talking about.
I know. I was born and raised in Iowa. I now live in Wisconsin.
I would love to go to Milwaukee. I would love to go to Wisconsin because they got like more breweries than anybody. Like there's a shit ton of places to
every block.
Right? We would lose Kenny. We would lose Kenny. We'd never see Kenny again.
But,
just wander from brewery to brewery.
Because I would get locked up for smoking some weed on the curb.
Okay, but here's the thing. See, I almost did it again. You know, we have the Milwaukee River goes through downtown, and Milwaukee River feeds into Lake Michigan. Okay. A lot of people fall into that lake or into that river and drown. I mean, all the time. The Coast Guard is down there all the time looking for people's bodies because they get drunk and they fall. And
out here, it's a similar fate, but it's hit by a tractor.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah, you are right about that. But finally, I almost said governor, not the governor of Milwaukee, the mayor of Milwaukee. He says, we're going to put up fences along the river. Really? When did this occur to you? When the 150th person fell in the river and drowned?
Right.
Dumbasses.
Right. Well, yeah. I agree with that. Like out here, we have dumbasses doing dumb shit all the time, you know, and this stupid roundabout is where freaking semis are crossing both ways and they crash into cars.
I know.
Louisiana is full. Louisiana is full of these, like, they're like 3/4 roundabouts, and they'll have like 9. It'll be a 9-way fucking intersection. Everybody trying to hit that motherfucker all at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm exaggerating. I don't know, but it's too much for the time.
Okay.
It's not a big roundabout, and they'll be. Oh my god, it sets my. I get road rage anyway. You know this.
Sets my ass on fire.
I get honked at because I slow down going into this motherfucker because I'm watching all these motherfuckers converge at this motherfucker at one time, and in Louisiana everybody thinks go. This bad wreck that just happened in Louisiana, they're still cleaning that shit up. And
really?
A Saints player got caught speeding, and everybody was like, "Oh, speeding's nothing." I'm like, "Really? Did y'all not know that there was just up the road there was a fucking 150+ car pileup? Because people wouldn't slow down in the fog. That's my point. People in Louisiana go. Doesn't matter if you're in their way, they go. So, like I said, when I approach these little 3/4 roundabouts with all these interchange, you know, I turn into a grandma for a second because motherfuckers be coming in and out of that bitch like fire. And people down there are ignorant. They're ignorant drivers. They know they should stop. They know they should slow down. They ain't got time for the other guy to get by, but we're gonna do it anyway.
So because
we're gonna do it anyway.
So because I'd give up a lot of information that might be used against me one day in a court of law if I talk about that roundabout and what I do later on in the future if it happens to me one more time in that motherfucker. I was going to bring up this other shit. Okay, listen. All of us are what we can consider to be at least adults, right? Like, I'm not going to say we're old.
Where?
I may feel
here.
Yeah, okay. Like us.
Maybe on Thursday.
Not everybody over there. Not everybody over there. But like, you know, we can feel like we're adults, right? Like, you know, we've lived enough life, all that, right? So at what point in time, because I need to know when to start requesting self-assisted suicide, do old people start falling for every fucking shit that they get in an email? Because my uncle got his shit hacked again by clicking on some shit and then calling a number and giving out some more of his personal information. And this already happened to him before. Like, okay, if old age is nothing but getting your identity stolen, I don't want to be that old. But
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
Can I just say this is what's good about being poor and not having such amazing credit?
Right.
Nobody
Let
wants
him
to steal your shit. Yeah. Nobody wants to. Because they try to take out a bank loan. Yeah, they're getting denied just like
I've
you did.
seen that a stand-up dude who
people-
said if you want to avoid getting your identity stolen, have a 340 credit rating.
These,
Well,
dude,
it's
look,
not
some
that
of these
bad,
scammers. My
it's not
mother
that
has taken
great.
a new approach. She's even worse than me. She's even worse than me. My mother's taken a new approach, man. Some of these scammers will call her asking about money, and it's all people just trying to get your information so they can fuck you.
Yeah.
But she'll rattle on with them for a little bit till it gets down to the nut cutting, and they're like starting to ask her for some important information, and she's like, "No, I don't think I'm gonna tell you that because I hate you." Maybe, you know, some fungus will get in your dick and it'll rot off.
She does not say that.
Not that per se, but I've heard her say some shit that I never would have thought I heard my mama say.
Okay, but she doesn't say a fungus gets in your dick.
Dude,
She just-
listen.
look,
I'm
she
gonna use that in the future.
I hope you fucking die in hellfire and fucking.
Well, that's
you know,
different than a
I
fungus
hope
gets in your dick.
I hope when the terrorist hits, it's your house. And I mean,
dude,
Yeah.
she'll
why
fucking
does
start fucking with
why
them
does
motherfuckers.
your
Good for
mom
her.
sound like the Bill Burr Philly rant?
Mama
Hey,
is.
I hope your mama has herpes in the center of her asshole, and you go home and lick it and get it all over your tongue. Your mom sounds like
okay.
she's saying that kind of stuff. Your mom is brutal.
When my mother is the sweetest old woman ever
Yeah.
until something crosses her. When you cross a line, I've told you I'm the same way. Once that line is crossed, I've said physically I'm not the same Daniel. I'm not even really a human, and it's the same way mentally. If I'm talking to you, if whatever line with Wanda has been crossed, oh God, she can say some shit now. She's not as vulgar about it as me, but I've sat there and listened to my mama talk to these motherfuckers and be like, God damn, man. I'd rather you tell me my dick rot off than I mean, you know,
Right?
and you know, that person doesn't ever call her again.
Red says if someone hacked into her account, they would make a deposit.
Right? I feel that.
I saw that. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, like they would feel so sorry for her they'd have to put money in.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That was not the conversation earlier in Discord today.
No,
so.
no. We will not talk about
no.
being,
That which will not be said.
trapped.
Yes.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I said one bad thing about Wisconsin. Now I want to say a good thing. And I saw they had this story on the news, and I just thought this was so sweet, especially with the kids today. Trick-or-treating was last Tuesday when we were having our Halloween episode. Some houses have gone to just putting a candy bowl on their front step, and they put a sign that says, please take one piece,
Right.
or whatever. These two kids walked up to this porch and saw that, but the bowl was empty. So both of them, dumped their candy bags into the bowl.
That's sweet shit.
And it was all caught on a Ring camera. Another thing, don't do shit on people's front porch. They probably have a Ring camera.
Dude,
But
because
anyway.
of that other family, yeah, I saw the ones where they like the mom and the kids jacked all that. Dude. People
Anyway.
are so inconsiderate.
Anyway,
Thank God we didn't have Ring cameras when we were kids.
right? Anyway, they had a little conversation between the two of them. One was saying, hey, if other kids come up here, we want them to have candy too. And the other one was like, yeah, you're right. I mean, it was so sweet. They had a whole little conversation between the two of them. And
Yep.
Red
saw that
candy.
one.
yeah,
Yep.
so
It
One of
that's
my
a good thing.
it makes me feel hope when you see those stories, you know,
Yeah.
because you see the other ones where what I was mentioning, like the mom brought her kids up, and these people had probably $60 worth of candy in a bowl out in front of them, and they took all of it, just took it all. The moms were dumping it in their shirts and folding them over. Like it was sick. And I'm thinking, this is why you're going to spoil everything for the kids, because y'all are nut jobs.
Right.
What were you going to say, Daniel? You don't remember.
That was yesterday. What are we talking about?
I was talking about kids.
Why are you bringing up old shit? Oh,
is Halloween candy on sale over
there? That's a very sweet. Look. I'm gonna have to. You just made me think of something. The Halloween candy being on sale. That in yonder. If you need somebody to shop cheap for you, that's your woman. She can find.
Oh, I do
cheap.
too.
And man, the day after sales, dude, we have so many Christmas lights that she got for 50 cents. It's not even funny. We could light
later, D Potter.
But the Halloween candy, oh hell yeah, she goes up there and mops up the day after on the Halloween candy and decorations that's left over. I mean, she is the queen of the day after sale.
Okay, you want to know how? I'm not going to say that. I just about did. How cheap I am? I would take my kids to the Dollar Tree the day after Halloween.
No, I don't think that's being cheap. I think that's like
being reasonable.
That's being reasonable.
And they got to pick what they wanted.
Yeah.
You all heard this the other day.
Dollar Tree's got some good shit.
Y'all heard this the other day when I mentioned it in Discord that morning. Halloween, my kids' class wanted them, bring, if you want to bring something for the kids, whatever, right? Candy, snack, drink, whatever it is. And I went to the store with my son, and I'm like, okay. And I go and I grab 2 6-packs of Gatorade, them little tiny ones, right? And they're already expensive. It's $6 a pack for 6 of them. So there's $12. And I go, well, let me go get candy. And I looked at the candy, and a bag of candy was $17.99.
I know.
And I was like, this is the Gatorade. That's it.
Astronomical this year. It was astronomical this year. Candy was.
We didn't put candy out because we live so far out. Not many people other than family lives by our house anyway. Yeah. And when we were taking the girls trick or treating, I don't know what happened, but Halloween, it was like, and that used to be a big deal around here. All the holidays were. Christmas, the whole town was lit up. There for about 10 years, nothing. I mean, there was no trick-or-treating, man. We would have to go to the mall. They would do it because nobody was trick-or-treating. You'd go around all the stores and trick-or-treat. And there was this one neighborhood, except for 1 year. But every year you could count on that neighborhood. And it was plenty for the girls. By the time they got done walking through that neighborhood, they were whooped. But that one neighborhood was trying to keep it alive. And then this 1 year, they didn't do anything. The next year, we're like, dude, we stopped. We stopped. And it was like they just took a year off. But people used to go all out for that shit. Now, most people just they're just ate up with the don't give a fuck, man.
We have an area in town where it's an older community but with expensive homes. So if they were expensive back in the day, they're really expensive now, right?
Right.
And so this whole area, it's like a 4 square block area, and everybody decorates tremendously for the holidays, whether it's for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, whatever, and they invite people to come in and they give them away candy and stuff like that, right? And
hold on, did you say white candy?
No, they give away candy.
Oh, away candy.
Yeah,
I heard that too, D.
Okay,
so I got when my dental work gets done.
Candy?
You're gonna hand out the racist candy.
When my dental work gets done, I won't sound racist. Okay, but for us, we live in a cul-de-sac, and there's nobody near us at all. So, like, we don't buy the candy for the house because all that happens is I end up eating it all, right? Because nobody shows up.
That's what happens here.
But it has changed. I've noticed that a lot of people are going to areas where they know they can do well for trick-or-treating rather than trick-or-treating in their own area. Right. And, in a town where we have an old section and an older section and a newer section and brand new, they're all going to like the places where they think they can get the best stuff. So parents, when we were kids, my grandma would just, all right, we're going out this way. We're going down this block. We can go over this way, this way, this way. And my grandma would determine how far we walked based on how tired she was. Right. Nowadays, parents drive their kids over to areas to do the trick-or-treating. And so it's evolved, but I couldn't believe it. $17.99 for a bag of candy.
Okay, so we only have a half an hour left.
Oh.
And there's
talk about something else.
Oh,
We should talk about something else then.
yes, and there's a couple things I wanted to bring up because it's all about me. Anyway, okay, you guys talk.
Had to get that out. Sorry.
that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks about Queen D.
Right? Damn. Queen Bee. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like that.
No, that's okay.
Anyway, you guys were talking now. Before you guys freak out and start going into your rant, I want to say something. So, you guys wanted to talk about fair weather football fans.
Oh,
Now, wait.
That's my fault. Fuck. Because y'all gonna hear shit.
I know. That's why I brought it up. But before you go, like so I said, before you go into your rant, let me say something. Did you guys hear about Craig Counsell,
what'd he do?
the manager for the Brewers?
Uh-uh.
You didn't?
What'd he do?
Oh my God. He accepted a managerial position or manager for the Chicago Cubs, and he's now getting paid the most any manager has ever been paid in the history of baseball.
That's a lot.
Damn. So either he's really good or he kissed a lot of ass.
Probably both.
Both. Yeah.
Probably both.
Okay. I'm not finished with my story yet.
Okay, go ahead.
Because he's a Wisconsin boy. His dad played for the Brewers, and he's a Wisconsin boy. So up in Whitefish Bay, which is about 45 minutes north of here, they named a little league park the Craig Counsell Ballpark. I think this person was really drunk. When they made that announcement yesterday, whoever it was went and spray painted the word ass on the Craig Counsell Ballpark sign. On the news tonight, the Craig Counsell Park was vandalized with a cuss word that we cannot show on here. It is a 3-letter cuss word. Okay, here's the picture. The sign. Okay.
With word ass.
No, it was
Blurred out.
pixeled out. Is that what they call it now? Pixeled out.
Pixel.
Okay. But it had but then the next picture they showed, it had a tarp over the sign. Okay. We had 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts here today. So, as the cameraman is on the sign and they're talking about this cuss word,
The tarp blows off.
That's great.
the wind catches the corner of it and the tarp blows off and you see ass written across.
That is fucking funny.
But they were acting like, can't you say that on TV? Can't you
Look,
say
how
ass?
can you not say ass on TV, but they could show all the other crazy, wild ass shit they show?
You need to go listen. There's a George Carlin comedy.
Yeah, I know.
Where he
I've
talks
heard
about
it.
that.
Seven
There's certain
dirty
things
words.
you
Yeah.
right, and I get confused by that too because there's something I was watching on this channel one night, and they let fuck through, and then like
Really?
bleeped out bitch, and I was like,
I think the beeper guy missed too.
I think he's fucked up. Is what I think. I think
Dude,
he's fucked up.
if I was a
That bitch
beeper
is
guy,
fucked up.
if I was a beeper guy, you'd
smoked on
love
his
me. I
lunch
would
break.
not hit shit. I'd be like, fuck, hang on, let me play my fucking.
But
thing
anyway,
first.
I wanted to say that about sports.
That's funny.
Because that's the big thing in Wisconsin right now. A lot of people are really pissed
I
because,
bet.
like they said, he could have went and been a manager for any Major League Baseball team in the
Right.
country, and he
Right.
chose the Cubs,
'Cause
who
they
is
paid him the
our
most.
rivals.
because
But
they paid him the
But
most.
they are our rivals, and that's why they paid him the most.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it to me, I understand sports is all about money. It really is.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, whoever pays them the most is where they're going to go. And unfortunately, you know, that's what scares me with the paying collegiate athletes is that, you know, it's going to become about money and not the game. And it sucks because, you know, here's a guy who's doing something. He's moving on. He's going to do great with whatever he's going to do. He's going to do the best that he can. And they felt he was good enough that they wanted to offer him that money. And everybody's mad because he's going, but every now and then y'all get your revenge. There was the Brett Favre incident. Or not Brett Favre, I mean fucking Aaron Rodgers.
No, it was
Aaron
that
Rodgers.
too, but Brett Favre also went and he played for the Vikings, which is
Right.
our other rival.
Right.
So
His
what
whole-
the hell?
Too.
I actually wondered if Rodgers was going to do that because it was clear when the Jets signed Brett, that was just a bridge gap because Green Bay was not going to let him go to Minnesota. They knew when he signed with them, it was for 1 year. His whole plan was to go to Minnesota so he could stomp Green Bay.
That's
and
true.
he did. At least that first year.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that was Brett Favre went to Minnesota.
Yep.
Right. I'm jokingly saying that. No, I'm jokingly saying that Aaron Rodgers is following the same path.
I
got
it. I'm there.
All of a sudden, Minnesota's fixing to need a quarterback.
Oh, okay.
Because Cousins is out.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers. Hold on. Let me. First off, Aaron Rodgers walking around the goddamn sideline after Achilles tear, and he's like, if they're in playoff contention
after surgery,
right? And he's like, if they're in playoff contention, I'll come back. And I'm like, well, if they're in fucking playoff contention, they might not need your geriatric ass.
Right.
Right.
Well,
I mean, that poor kid is not a great quarterback. He's not ready for it.
No.
He's not. He's not.
But
but
what they're showing on the news here, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was talking to a player. Rodgers was talking to a player. Did they play the Rams or the Chargers?
It was the Rams. He told somebody he was going to be back.
Yeah, he said the one guy, the Rams guy, he said, when are you going to be back? And Rodgers says, give me a couple weeks. Is that what you're hearing too?
Did you not see that last game? Everybody was talking about the guy, Zach, whatever his name, Wilson, and they were showing him taking dropbacks and throwing 50-yard bombs on the sideline. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. I mean, that's still not full contact and, a lot of stuff like that, but it more far removed he is from an Achilles. It must have been a minor one. I mean, an Achilles tear is an Achilles tear, but I mean,
yeah, but I think the degree of which the procedure is and the recovery is can facilitate whether or not somebody can come back in 6 months or a year.
I mean, used to, if somebody said Achilles, that was their season, period. And I don't know if I've ever seen anybody come back in the same season from an Achilles. Other stuff.
It must have been all those, oh God.
Hallucinogenics.
Thank you. Yeah, that he's been doing on the side.
You heal faster.
Hey, he might have called fucking.
It was going to be funny. I just didn't have the right words.
Y'all may or may not. I was a wrestling fan. Do either one of you know who Kurt Angle is? He was a professional wrestler for a long time, and what made him so cool was his persona, and he always wore the red, white, and blue, but he was actually an Olympic wrestler for the United States before he went to pro wrestling, and won a gold medal with a broke neck. That's how tough. He's from Pittsburgh. That's how tough that motherfucker is, and he was always a top-notch wrestler, but he broke his neck throughout his wrestling career several times. Most wrestlers at this point have had that happen. Well, anyway, that's usually a year and a half or so of rehabilitation. And some of these wrestlers come back because they miss it. 8 weeks. 8. He went and found this dude and it came back in 8 fucking weeks. And not only was wrestling taking crazy ass bumps and doing shit like 20 years ago. 8 weeks. When they announced his comeback, everybody went, what? No, he didn't really break his neck. They were showing the imagery and everything. I mean, the x-rays of it. And it's like, what the fuck? So who knows? Maybe Aaron Rodgers called that motherfucker up. Whoever helped Kurt Angle come back from a goddamn broke neck in 8 weeks. Maybe he fucking called that dude.
I want to apologize to you, Daniel.
Uh-huh.
Because when you started talking about wrestling, again, I'm from Iowa. The first thing I thought was Dan Gable.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's going to talk about Iowa's wrestling program because I was always in Iowa State, and Oklahoma. Those are always the three that are in the top wrestling.
Yeah.
And Iowa has an amazing, the whole state of Iowa, all the colleges there have amazing wrestling programs.
And
So that's the line I was thinking. And then you started
Do you
talking
know,
about this
funny
guy, and I
enough-
was like, I don't know.
do you know how many wrestlers out of Iowa have wound up going on to become offensive linemen or defensive linemen in the NFL? You know, Brock almost
Really?
made it. Brock being, he was a wrestler. He never made it to the Olympic level, but he was a 2-time NCAA champ, 2-time UFC heavyweight, real, by God, fighting champion of the world. And he's been a staple in professional wrestling for years. Now, diverticulitis almost killed him. He had to have the same surgery I did, only it almost killed him. He had to have like 2 feet, I think. Anyway, I even forgot what I was even talking about with that.
The wrestlers that were defensive men and linebackers.
Oh, yeah. That's what he did. And when he walked on the team, they asked him, and he had never played football before ever in his life. He'd always been an actual
a wrestler.
real wrestler. Right.
You're right.
And he told him, he said, what is the job of a defensive lineman? What does it break down to? Moving a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Moving
I was going to say move them forward is what I was going to
right.
say.
But he was pretty much moving a motherfucker. He's like, what do you think wrestling is? And man, he would fucking, these guys, he would never close his hands. They could never get him for a hold, but it was like he could just magnetically pull a guy here and put him there and be looking at a quarterback. Wrestling. But anyway, there's actually a lot of former wrestlers, funny enough, out of the Iowa school systems that are linemen, especially offensive linemen today in the NFL even.
I didn't know
some
that.
Of the bigger boys, especially some of the bigger boys.
Yeah. But so I apologize to you that you were going down one road, but I was thinking another road, and I was a little bit behind.
Iowa produces tough ass tight ends too. Hawkinson and fucking they build that
really surprises me, because you would think that being corn-fed motherfuckers that we would have like an amazing defensive line.
Right.
But
we
don't.
A lot of good linebackers come out of Iowa.
Yeah.
Linebackers. There's been a good bunch of tight ends that came out of Iowa.
Yep.
Hello, Kenny. Daniel just said that.
Sorry, I was trying to find the Jameson orange.
No, you were sitting right there. I don't want any excuses. You were sitting right there. Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers, Kenny. And Daniel.
Wait, was that a new shot or the one that I took an hour ago? Am I supposed to pour another shot now?
That's the one I just got of the Jameson orange.
Hey, Kenny, show your shot glass again. That was cool.
They're really
I like that.
They're thick
like
blown glass.
Yeah.
They're made out here on the coast. The people actually make the shot glasses themselves, and they sell them with like a little wrought iron.
Yeah.
Set to hold like 6 of them.
By the way, I don't know if Hot Wheels watches the podcast, but I am still waiting on my shot glasses, Hot Wheels. We won't say what ones they are.
Wait, you're Hot Wheels.
You're Hot Wheels. You talking to Two Wheels?
You talking about Two Wheels?
Are you?
Wow.
Wait, listen.
You calling yourself
Hang on. I'm going to send you a reminder.
Beautiful.
Hang on, watch. Okay, wait, hang on. Here we go. I'm going to send you a reminder right now.
Time to wrap it up. Time to wrap it up.
Okay. There you go. I reminded you. Look, I'm a friend. I'm going to help you out. I reminded you, order some shot glasses. Okay, you'll be okay.
What, are we there yet? You know what? I don't want to go into Discord now because
I've been saying we're not going to forget that. That's not going away anytime soon.
Wait, we can forget it if we stay here for a few more minutes and change the subject. Titties and beer. Titties and beer.
Rommel says he's shaking his head.
You know, funny enough, that was one of the first people I thought about. I was like, I so hope he was here to hear that. And there he is. I
was thinking, I hope he wasn't. Oh, damn, I hope Rommel's gone to bed.
Red, if you're still here, or Rommel, can you throw out the link one more time to Discord in case
Uno Mas.
No, don't.
It's not like they're going to get it. You know that every time somebody new comes in, it takes them 3 days to find the rooms. We just won't answer them, okay?
And while you were talking, though, Dee, saying what you were saying, I had like 3 distinct conversations with myself. My first was, did she? And you said it again. I said, yes, she did. Does she realize? And then you did it again. I said, no, she has no idea.
She has no clue. She has no clue. She has no clue. No. Yes, I meant 2 wheels, right? 2 wheels.
Fuck Daniel. I hate Daniel.
Wait.
Oh wait, I'm Daniel.
It's like late 45. Hey, Mitch, are you here?
Oh
my God.
Where's Mitch? We need Mitch. Daniel's gonna throw a dart.
Oh my God.
Right.
No.
Madam.
Daniel, why did your camera go blurry?
Because he took too many shots. The camera's drunk.
There you go. I hate to say this if you're not reading the comments.
What?
That was perfect, Rommel. Thank you.
You
wait,
you
what?
see
Oh no. See, that just put the wrong image in my mind. What,
listen. That image does not occur during this podcast, only during the Saturday Night Lives. So we'll get that image out of our head right now.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about titties and beer and Wisconsin beer. What's the best beer in Wisconsin?
Well, as a self-proclaimed Wisconsinite now, I'm supposed to say Miller. But
yeah, that's not the best though.
I will tell you,
I agree.
in my experience, we have a brewery here called New Glarus.
Microbrew? Or big brewery?
No, it's what's the definition?
Microbrew is like you buy it in your grocery stores, but you're not going to get it in a bar necessarily. Major breweries like Miller, Coors, Budweiser.
No, it's in between.
Anchor Steam.
Like New Glarus, you can get it in bars and the grocery store.
Okay.
Both. But you cannot get it outside the state of Wisconsin.
Okay. Yep.
And they refuse to ship it outside of the state of Wisconsin. So we have people who come across the border to get it, but they have a drink called Spotted Cow.
Wait,
That's
you have people crossing your border to get beer?
Yeah.
I've heard of Spotted Cow.
You should call Border Patrol for that. They're not going to help, but I'm just saying, save your beer.
When Wyatt went into the Marines, all of a sudden I was getting these requests from the Marines. Can you send us Spotted Cow? Can you please send us some Spotted Cow? Like, no.
All right.
It's too damn expensive.
Same thing for Daniel. What's the best beer in your area?
Mississippi?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I don't know. I've had some decent beers. Most of them not from here. And I'm a liquor drinker these days. I mean, if I went to a bar,
do they have any good breweries out there?
There's a couple. Macomb doesn't have any, but there's one in like Hattiesburg, and there's a couple in Jackson. A couple towns got some, and there are there's a place that just, oh my God. I hope my boss doesn't see this because he is all in. But this pizza place, and it's a local run pizza place, and you know what? They've got pretty fucking good pizzas.
Nice.
Well, they're burnt down and they reopened, and now along with their gourmet pizza place, they have a little room, and you can go. They have this big rack of fancy high dollar cigars and like 300 different whiskeys. It's a whiskey bar.
Oh, nice.
And you go in and pay, and they pour you. It's like so much for a 12-ounce pour or a whatever pour, and you pick out your cigar, and then you go into this room. Now you got to have button-up shirt. I mean, and it's so funny. Yeah. I was there to pick up a pizza one day, and I was watching all the men in that room, and all of them had their backs was up, the nose was up, the cigar was up, the glass was up, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I would if I could just if they wouldn't call the cops, I would walk in there, pull my dick out, and start just pissing on all of them.
So it's not a place that you'll go to.
Probably not. I mean, they're attracting a real high-end clientele.
I know,
and
but
I wouldn't mind going and having some whiskey and a cigar, but the level of pretentiousness. Now, my boss, I was picking up a pizza one day, and he come in there, and he went in there, and he sat down, and he set his glass down. He was smoking a cigar, and he was talking to his dude, and I think they played some cards. He wasn't part of that little echelon, but it's still a lot of the clientele in there is like that, and the guy actually has gotten a reputation for not treating women on his staff particularly well. And he's kind of Jay's running buddy. And Josh's daughter is working for him and it is creating this neat little tension between Jay and Josh because Josh keeps trying to tell him he's a motherfucker, and Jay's like, "That's my friend you're talking about, man." You know, and anyway, but that day I looked over in that room and all them motherfuckers. I was sitting there thinking, they ain't a single one of them likes the whiskey they're drinking, and they ain't a single fucking one of them likes the cigar they're smoking. That is all about. That's a status, bro.
Yep.
That's a. I'm sitting in.
I'll tell you. If you'd like whiskey, I understand what you're talking about, because they're buying shit that they can't afford just to look fancy, and smoke big ass expensive cigars. And I can pick a $23 $7.50 bottle of whiskey that tastes 1,000 times better than what they're drinking.
And they're like, I mean, Jay's getting this whiskey that's like I think it's like maybe it's an 8 or a 12 ounce pour, and it's like $25. And then this little cigar he's getting, he's paying $80 for. It's a little short. He's been trying to get me to try one forever. It's a little short motherfucker. I'm like, I'm not paying that money for that little piece of shit. I don't give a fuck if it tastes like pussy. So I'm not paying $80 for that little half-ass cigar.
Here's my answer to
really
beer.
Wait, Kenny, I want to explore what Daniel just said.
What?
You wouldn't pay $80
for a cigar
to taste her pussy? Yes.
Okay.
To taste that cigar? No.
Okay.
Even
I was lost in some pudding.
Like hers?
Yeah.
I can go get that from the tap.
Okay,
I gotta go get a cigar.
Hello, Bill Clinton.
Good Lord.
Remember that?
Yeah.
A little on the dress.
I will say we have a cigar
relations with that woman.
We have a cigar bar here. It's called Shakers.
Right.
And it's downtown on this said river that everybody drowns in that I was telling you about.
Right.
And it used to be owned by Al Capone. And supposedly,
I would go there.
It's awesome. Supposedly, it's haunted. And I went on a ghost tour.
I'd doubly go there.
I went on a ghost tour there. And they take you downstairs. And there is like a secret door that goes out to this river. And in the walls downstairs, there is, I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called. I'm going to describe them the best that I can.
Catacombs.
No. It's a round, like iron rod thing that was in the wall that, like in the old days, they used to tie their horses to it.
Rebar?
I mean, outside. Well, it's kind of like rebar, but it's the heavy, but you would tie people to it and not in a good way.
Right.
But anyway, they're all along the wall down there, and they tell you that Al Capone would come up and he would tie people to these and torture them. I don't know if it's true, but they tell you that.
Capone was a particularly brutal.
Well, that's what they tell you.
So
I don't know.
So I wouldn't doubt it, but who knows?
But apparently, him and his men did a lot of traveling along Lake Michigan between Chicago and Wisconsin or Milwaukee.
So
I don't know.
Out here in California, because everything costs $1 billion fucking dollars, the best beer is a free beer.
Yeah, right.
And the only place I go for whiskey, dudes still ride up on their horses and tie them out front so that they can get drunk at the 19th hole in Tres Pinos and ride home on their horses and not get a DUI just to fucking shut that sheriff up.
And Red asked if it's called a stock. And yes, that's what it is. It's called a stock.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to say.
Thank you, Red. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those around these parts is wooden, though.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Well, but yeah, when was Al Capone around? In the 20s? 30s? I don't know.
I am too fucked up to access that information. Be it by effort or if it's actually rattling around in here. Or even Google. I am past
Well, I'm not sure I could Google it right now because myself, I'm a little intoxicated, and I would probably type in something that has nothing to do with Al Capone.
Goat porn would come up, and you'd be like, "How did I get here?"
I know, right?
Right.
I don't know now. Them Iowa boys. I don't know. Bad motherfucker. I've been bad.
No, they're not. They're not the sheep herder ones, right? No.
What?
They don't sheep herd in Iowa. They just like corn husk, right?
That's Nebraska.
Oh, well, what does Iowans do?
For what?
Everything.
For like Nebraska's corn huskers, what do y'all do?
Iowa Hawkeyes.
You're a bunch of birds who shit on cars?
We're the Hawkeye state.
Damn.
We have more Hawkeyes than any other state in the country.
That's awesome. It really is. I like hawks.
Out here, the only hawks we really see are red-tailed hawks.
I will tell you what the teenagers do in Iowa is it is nothing to get a kegger and go out in the middle of a cornfield.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if they do that in other parts, but that's what they do in Iowa.
We do it in the woods. Or pecan groves.
No,
or fucking, you know, not corn per se, but we do it.
Out here, I didn't grow up with that, but because I live in a farming community, I get it. You know, we have walnut farms, apricot farms, strawberry, all that other stuff.
Right.
So I get that. But Mitchell, Mitchell, how'd work go, bud? You ready to jump in there? If you are, we'll jump over there.
You've already missed the slit, Mitchell. Fuck.
Yeah, you missed the whole thing. You missed my whole fuck up, Mitchell.
That's
and
all right.
We will not be repeating it in Discord.
You can go back and watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch this one.
Oh,
this one's been
God.
fun.
No, let's not do that.
Oh, hey, listen. We have to end it at some point.
Yeah, we do. This is a good spot.
So this is a good spot. All right. If you're new to the Discord, I might not
behave
be
your
able
fucking
to
self.
tonight. Behave yourself. We'll let you in when we figure it out. Otherwise, work sucks. Beer's good. Beer. All right, Mitch.
Yeah,
grab beer. We'll see you over
there.
there.
We'll be over there.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Bye, guys.
We're gonna end maybe 3.
I'm not a bye guy.
What?
Nothing.
Listen, damn it.
Every time you say, listen, please, if y'all haven't, I will send you the video to this. It's this little kid. His mom was trying to tell him something. He keeps going, listen, Linda. And she's
I
love that
every time he says listen, and he says it a lot. Every time he says listen, I hear Linda. Listen, Linda.
I know.
Mitchell will see you over there in just a minute.
Listen, Linda. He does. He's so cute. Oh my God. Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Hell, that would have been an ass whooping in my house.
Thank you for being here tonight,
Listen,
everybody.
Wanda.
Thank you for being here tonight, everybody. Join us in the Discord, and don't forget that Saturday night for sure will be alive on the Swellmates channel. And don't forget that there's a possibility that tomorrow you may be surprised if they go live.
Maybe.
There's a possibility. I mean, come on, y'all buy lottery tickets, sit and wait.
All right.
Here we go, folks. We'll see you.